Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Kraken Packs episode. I am your host, MrBevers. That's right, we're back with another special episode of Kraken Packs. We are opening up the pre-release kit for Frank K. Frank K was the winner of the War of the Spark pre-release kit from the birthday giveaway that I did on early July. If you missed it, it's over. It's over. I still have one unclaimed prize. And when you're seeing this video, most likely they have about another 3 or 4 days to claim. If they do not claim, there will be another giveaway specifically for that Ether Revolt pre-release kit. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. That being said, let's get right into this. I can't ship this product sealed to Frank because he is not in Canada. And heaven forbid that I ship cards to another country, I guess. Sealed, but such is Wizards' policy. So Frank asked for the whole thing because he's never been to a pre-release before. So don't worry, Frank, I'm going to send you this outer shell as well. It's not anything special, but it does have some pretty cool art on it. So, if you've never had one of these, I'll make sure that you get that shipped out to you as well. Okay. And the box will come to you as well, along with the die and everything in here. Now, hopefully we can... Okay, so let's just do this. That's your zombie token. There's a code on the back of this card. I don't know if it will still work or not. And the reason I say that is because I tried one just today when I was filming this. I tried this just today, one of my codes, because I hadn't redeemed mine yet, and it didn't work. Now, I believe, if I just look at the back here, yes, it's for a competitive draft of War of the Spark. I don't believe that's currently active on Arena, which is probably why the code didn't work. It does say on the back that the codes don't expire until July 1st, 2020. So I would imagine that the codes still work up until next year. Anyway, we're going to do the usual, which is hide the promo card until the end. Can we manage that? I hope we can manage that. And there's your packs, like so. There's your handy dandy box, which you will get at the end of all of this. And there's your little, I'll ship this out with you as well, of course. So let me put that back in the box so that I don't forget it. Because I normally just pitch them away. But I'm going to send you everything, so that way you have everything. Let's put this here. Actually, you know what I'll do? Before we get too carried away, let's put your token and your land back in the box, like so. So that those don't get lost either. Alright. So we've got... Now, I'm not going to do a full build here, but we'll lay it all out in colors for you, and I'll talk about what I think I would have done with this kit. If that's cool with you, I hope that you're okay with it, because there's not much you can do about it, because this is all in the past, and I've already filmed this long before you're seeing it. Hopefully. So you got a Mayhem Devil and a Bond of Insight, and you got the Wanderer, which is a nice little Planeswalker for limited. Lets you exile some of the bigger creatures. Ooh, first rare is an Ignite the Beacon. It's not particularly interesting. I'll make sure that you get the tokens and the lands as well. Don't worry. We will ship you everything. You will get all of it. All the good stuff. You've got 2 battlefield promotions, which are pretty good in white. Oh, Wanderer's Strike is very good. Relentless Advance is mediocre. Enforcer Griffin is good. Prison Realm, very, very good. Dreadhorde Twins, fine. Nahiri, another on-color Planeswalker for white. So, not bad there. Oh no, the Silent Submersible. Oof. Oof. Your rares, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Frank. Your rares are just not doing so hot. Turret Ogre, good. Skulker, very good. Aid the Fallen, a nice little trick. You've got 2 mana geodes. You've got some pretty good fixing with this kit so far. Heatfire, very good. Paradise Druid, another very good fixing. Interplanar Beacon, very good if you need fixing for Planeswalkers. At the moment, you don't, but doesn't mean we won't. Okay, so you've got Davriel. Let's put your multicolor cards here, and we'll put your fixing stuff here. So there's Davriel, not a bad little Planeswalker, in limited as well. And you've got Strev, Dekaravian, or Devkarin Lich. Oof, it's a mouthful. Now, it's a 5/4 trample for 4. So if you're in green and black, not terrible. Pretty good in limited. That being said, your green and black they're both kind of lackluster at the moment. So let's see what else we can find. Your white and your blue seems pretty strong. Your black seems okay. The red seems okay as well. The green is definitely lacking something. But you did get an Evolution Sage, which is very good in the green deck. Nissa's Triumph is okay. It's not great. Kiora, though. Now, that's a Planeswalker that, if you have the right cards, this card is great in limited because it's just it's a 3-drop that lets you essentially put down a 5-drop on turn 4 and draw a card, most likely, because your 5-drop has probably got 4 power or more. And Widespread Brutality. Okay. Okay. Tails Light Shield, No Escape, Turret Ogre. Okay, Divine Arrow. You have some very good removal in white. Chandra's Triumph, very good. Tyrant Scorn, also a pretty decent removal spell. Arlen, ooh, that's a nice green walker. And Bolas's Citadel, my goodness. You're, this is a very interesting rare pool that you have pulled here for your sealed. 3 Turret Ogres makes me want to lean heavily on like red-green Kiora, and then like splash white for the removal and the other walkers. I guess it's not even other walkers, it's only the Wanderer, because you can play Nahiri in red. Maybe you even go black, just because you can get the Davriel. I don't know if that's worth it. That might not be worth it. I think the white is stronger than the black at this time. Yeah, you're green. Ooh, Merfolk Skydiver is very, very good, especially when you have the Evolution Sage in your deck. Invade the City. 2 multicolor cards in this pack. And a Huatli. Alright. Okay. And Command the Dread Horde. Okay. Okay. So I think blue is probably out. Unless it's a splash. Because, like, 2 No Escapes. Did you have a third one? No. So you have 2 No Escapes, 2 Crush Descents. So you have 4 counterspells. Right? Which you definitely don't want to play 4 in a limited deck. I mean, some people do. I'm not one of those people. Countless Dismissal is good. Kiora's Dambreaker is good. Sky Theater Strix is fine. Thunder Drake is very good. Ashiok Skulker is fine. And then, like, your Bond of Insight is pretty good, actually, in limited. It's just that you need to have... so each player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard, and you return up to 2 instants and sorcery cards from your graveyard to your hand. So it's great. Like, you can get back your instants and sorceries that do stuff, like Callous Dismissal, or like one of your counter spells, or if you have better stuff in one of the other colors, then you have got that too. Your white seems very good. Trusted Pegasus is good. Tails Light Shield is good. Divine Arrow is good. Ironclad, no. A second Tails Light Shield is kind of iffy. If you're playing the Proliferate deck, I would say yes. Loxodon Sergeant, yes. Charm Stray, no. No. Prison Realm, definitely. Enforcer Griffin is fine. Wanderer Strike, yes. Battlefield Promotion, yes. Defiant Strike, not so much. Law Rune Enforcer, yes. Yes. Okay, so like your white is pretty strong. Because you've got, what, a 1-drop, 3-drop, a 3-drop, another 3-drop, a 4-drop. Yeah, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 6 creatures in white, which is not terrible. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. And then you have 2 battlefield promotions, which are very good to the proliferate deck, and you have Wanderer's Strike, Prison Realm, and Divine Arrow for removal. So you've got 3 pieces of removal as well, and the battlefield promotions are basically like removal as well. So blue, I think, was right out. Oh, black is very lackluster. Ooh. Ooh, this is not a good pile. Okay, let's see. Vampire Opportunist is, like, okay. I'm not a big fan of it. Yes, it's a mana sink for late game. Yes, it does 2 life. You know, it's a 4-point life swing because it's you drain 2. Fine. I'm not a huge fan because it's a 2/1, so it dies to a whole bunch of things. Duskmantle Operative is, like, okay. It's a fine bear. Aid the Fallen, I would definitely always run at least one of these in a deck, for sure. Whether you run 2 or not, I don't know, but, like, definitely one. Vraska's Finisher, for sure. Aid the Fallen, not so much. Davriel's Shadowfuge, not so much. Thorn's Thirst is fine. Lazotep Reaver is very good. And that's, like, that's your black. You have 4 2-drop creatures, 1 3-drop creature, and 2 Aid the Fallens. And no removal in black other than Sorin's Thirst. And now, that being said, you do have Bolas's Citadel and Command the Dreadhorde and Widespread Brutality and Starev, all in black. So you do have 4 black rares, right? That being said, the only ones I would probably play in a sealed deck are these 2. Command the Dreadhorde can be good in a sealed deck, for sure. This deck is not the deck for that, mainly because you don't have any destruction spells. So they're not going to have anything in the graveyard that you really care about getting. And also I find that most of the time I see this played in Limited, the person that plays it ends up dying like the next turn or the turn after just because they spread themselves way too thin. Red seems pretty beefy. There's a lot of cards here. Spellgorger Weird is good. Turret Ogre is good. Chain Whip Cyclops is fine. Chandra's Triumph is fine. Spellgorger Weird, yes. Turret Ogre, yes. Nahiri Stoneblades. This is like a maybe. It's pretty good because it does 2 creatures and it gives +2. But it's kind of, you know, iffy. Blind Blast also, like, it's a fine sideboard card. I don't know if I'd put it into my main deck. It really depends on what your deck is doing, and right now we're like 3 4-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, 5-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, 2-drop burn, but also you have to sack a thing, another 4-drop, another 4-drop, 2-drop. So I mean, like, oh geez, we have another Chain Whip Cyclops as well. Okay, so I think like red is good for late game. It's got lots of big beef on the end. And, like, green, I think you can definitely get away. Because, I mean, like, here's these Grazers, right? We all just heard about how they did so well, right? At GP Denver or whatever, or Magic Fest Denver, right? Like, they stole the show, right? Everyone? So, like, I mean, putting them in Limited is not bad either. Because it's a 1-drop with Reach that lets you ramp, right? On the first few turns. So it's definitely well worth it to play it. So, like, yes. Yes to both of these. Yes to Band Together. No to Steady Aim. Yes to Thundering Ceratox. Yes to Vivian. No to Nissa. Yes to Evolution Sage. Yes to Band Together. Yes to Primordial Worm. Yes to Paradise Druid. No to Primordial Worm. Yes to Krull Stinger. Yes to Krull Stinger. So your green-red is very strong. Your green-red is very strong. And that being said, you can also splash a few things if you want, because you have so much fixing. You have 2 mana geodes, and you have the Paradise Druid, right? So you've got 3 things that fix, guaranteed, right? Which is pretty nice. So you could splash some blue, you could splash some white, you could splash some red. Like, it really depends. I think because the creatures are kind of smaller in white, right? Like, if you wanted to go proliferate, if you wanted to go green-white proliferate, I wouldn't blame you. You've got a pretty good base for green-white proliferate as well, especially if you go like Bant proliferate, because you can throw in the Merfolk Skydiver, and then you could throw in like the Callous Dismissal, the Kiora's Dambreaker, the Thundering Drake. Like, you could definitely do some pretty cool Bant proliferate deck, but I think I prefer green-red Stompy in this deck. Splash like black for Widespread Brutality and Starev. That's probably what I would do. Let's see what your promo card is. Your promo card is Command the Dreadhorde. I mean, Do you run 2 and you've got Nahiri as your planeswalker? So you have 2 Nahiris, which is actually pretty good. Because let me tell you, someone always expects the first Nahiri. They never suspect the second Nahiri. And Nahiri's just great. It's a removal card. Gives your creatures first strike. Yeah, it's just very good. I think that I would end up going green-red Stompy, just because you have a nice core deck for it. I guess you don't really have a lot of evasion with green-red Stompy, but the idea here is that they're not even gonna be able to get in your way. You're just gonna stomp over them. I think that's what I would do. It could be said that the white, green, blue proliferate deck has more evasion, and therefore you're able to, because like you have two flyers here, one that makes another thing flying. You have the Law Rune Enforcer, which taps the thing down. And then, like, in blue, you're also talking flyers, right? You have the Thunder Drake and the Sky Tether Strix. Right? So, I mean, like, I think I would go green-red Stompy, splash things from your rare pile. I don't think Ignite the Beacon is even, like, we didn't even look at. Search your library for up to 2 Planeswalker cards, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. I mean, like, yeah, you could play this. You have enough Planeswalkers, and you have enough fixing that you could definitely just, like, splash some of your Planeswalkers into a white deck. Like, I mean, if you're playing Bant, you get to play all your walkers except for Davriel. Right? You get to play all your walkers except Davriel. So there's, not bad. Anyway, there you go, everybody. Thank you so much, Frank. I hope you enjoy your little kit here. I'll get it all shipped out to you, hopefully, on Wednesday of this week. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And as always, may your pulls ever be better.